once I got out of coaching, because my last team was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we weren't about winning. You know, they're going to try to tell you we're about winning, but you know, you don't trade away 82 points and get back 2 points and try to convince people you're trying to win. We were obviously trying to get LeBron James. And that the business side of that is that the owner was trying to sell the team. And this is not what public knowledge is. People don't understand that when their sports franchises are ran like a family household, it's a business.
It's a business.
I got to pay the guy who cuts the yard. I got to do this. I got to do that. If you have the income to do those things. If not, you have to find a way to do it. So the business of basketball is set up where you find 5 or 6 owners who have exorbitant amount of money. Then you put them on the outskirts in the lower markets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Suns, the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
And the teams you always want to be good are the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, the Chicago Bulls, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Why? Media markets. Media markets. So you want to be good. So that, like, I get real tickled. Let's talk business of basketball a little bit right now.
Sure.
You got Kobe Bryant. He won't end up in Utah.
No. It's not a big enough market for him.
Not a big enough market. And how they get around that is that, not how they get around it, but the business of it is that they don't have the players that would bring back equal value.
Right.
For Kobe Bryant.
That's it.
So you look at teams that are young and coming that have a value, and when those teams are good, the league's value is up. And so when you have, like, LeBron James in Cleveland, that was sort of like, you can't get a free agent because of the taxes, because of where Cleveland is, the weather. He was in Akron, Ohio. That's like having Vince Young in Houston and we don't take him.
Right.
That was the same thing for Cleveland.
Imagine that.
You know, that's like, well, I'm just saying based on what Vince Young had done, and we don't get that kind of a name or that recognition, he was going to give us instant credibility.
Right.
So, you know, it doesn't matter. So now you can sit down and be smart businessmen. But at the end of the day, we're entertainers.
Bottom line.
You know, we've got to be able to bring in a product. And so when you have young teams that you're not going to be very good, your owners want your team to be very athletic.
Right.
And to be able to show excitement. They say, we're on the bill, we're coming. And now if you keep a team where you're steadily trying to be old or trying to be in the mix to run, you always, every franchise has a 10-year wonder to win a championship. It's like when we were with the Rockets. As Akeem got older and Ralph Leggett, you had to start putting it together because the guy's peak is 27 to 32.
Right.
That's why Kobe Bryant is being talked about being traded, because he's 30.
Right.
In 2 years, he has the option to opt out. Well, I've got to lose value if I'm going to lose him, whether I get the best young player. Now, wherever he goes, he's going to take so much from the other team. They aren't going to be able to win because the talent in the league is so young. We don't have a lot of very, you saw the Lakers last night?
Young.
They're terrible.
Right.
And, you know, that which concerns me about the Rockets, that should have been a one-up game. We don't hit a three-point shot.
I think Kobe got half of the points of that game. I mean, that's too much.
Points.
Yeah, that's too much pressure on one player.
Chris Mims is on that team. He played for me in Cleveland, and he can't get on the bench. He can't even get off the bench ahead of Bynum and those guys. Yeah. So that makes a big difference. So you see the Spurs, they are an older team that have a run. And see, when I coached the Spurs, I left because I felt Popovich wanted to coach. That was a career suicide move for me, if you're going to be in coaching. Because I had David Robinson, they eventually got Tim Duncan. And I think when I left, we won 59 games the year I was there. And the year I left, Bob Hill came and they beat Houston that year to go to the finals themselves, and they lost. And then David got hurt. And then when David came back, Popovich took over as a coach. And he's been coaching ever since. And, you know, when you get a great talent and you're in the business of that business,